right, I hope that this video finds everybody doing well and having a good start to their new year. I want to do something a little bit different today, and it's a video I've had kind of on my mind and on my heart for a year or so now, just trying to figure out when it makes sense to do it. But I want to share some reasons that I think fly fishing is really special. I know that sounds very simple, but I often find myself looking back over my fly fishing journey and when I started 12 years or so ago, and I always wish, man, I wish I would have started it sooner. And there's some reasons that it's really special to me and reasons that I look back and wish I'd started sooner. So I want to share those with you guys, and I think that they're things that I think will resonate with you, whether you're just starting your journey, whether you've been fly fishing a while or many years. I think they're reasons that we all feel the sport is special and reasons that we yearn to be on the water. So I want to share those with you guys. We'll get right after it and hope you guys enjoy the video. I would say the first reason that I love fly fishing is it honestly makes me slow down. So in a world that just asks so much of us and wants us to go faster and faster and wants more of us, and our lives can seem like a whirlwind, fly fishing almost forces me to slow down. Sure, you can go and blow through a day, but like to really slow down and appreciate it and really do well, it almost forces you to slow down. And honestly, I think we need that in life. With the busyness and just the constant stimulation, we're all glued to our devices and our phones and our emails, and you hear a ding and like you can't put it down. I need to get away from just the busyness of life. Our minds are just really not meant to work that way. We've lost the ability to sit and be bored or to sit and be patient, and honestly, fly fishing does that for me. It helps me get away from all the just craziness and gives me a respite from that. Honestly, kind of tailing off of that, we'll go ahead and hit my second main point, and that is in the process of slowing down and just appreciating everything. You start to appreciate a lot of the little details around you. I think fly fishing, like some other hobbies, can really teach you to slow down, just be observant and appreciate what's around you. Like, for example, I can't tell you how many times in the busyness of life, if I'm on the way to work, I'm blessed to get to see some really pretty views on the way to work, but I can't tell you how many times I may drive through there and not even appreciate the mountain views or the gorgeous, sunset. Sometimes they stop you in your tracks, but sometimes you can drive right by them and not really stop and appreciate the little details. So fly fishing to me helps you appreciate more of those, from just where the fish are feeding, what's the bug life doing in and around the water, just the weather patterns. There's so many little things you start to appreciate. Honestly, just the sun beating down on your face, the little bit of wind hitting you in the face, just little things that you take for granted in day-to-day life. I feel like when you're out in nature, you start to really slow down and appreciate a lot of those things. And I think fly fishing really kind of does that for me and gives me that outlet. So trailing off of the paying attention to detail and helping to really start to appreciate what's going on around us, trout don't really live in ugly places. I know that's an old phrase you hear a lot, and how much truth is there in that, though? They live in beautiful places, and you don't have to get out there and spend a ton of money and go to these faraway places. I mean, you can literally fly all over the world and see some beautiful places, but you do not have to do that, and you can enjoy some of God's just beautiful creation and not have to spend a ton of money. If you're willing to get out and walk and hike a little bit, you can go and see some places that these fish probably haven't seen humans in a while. And I think that's just so gratifying and so restorative to be out and be in places that look probably as close to what our forefathers would have seen many years ago, and see what nature kind of is meant to be like. And I think there's just so much to be said for that, and getting out and enjoying some of these spaces that we may never have seen otherwise, or never would have seen otherwise. So the next reason I would say is it can be a lifelong sport for the most part. You can fly fish for many years. There's things we may have to modify as we get older. We may not be able to, do the backpacking trips or the backcountry trips maybe like we used to, but there's generally, for the most part, we can do this for many, many years, and we can continue to grow for many, many years. As long as you're wanting to learn, there's stuff you can learn. Like the day we stop learning is the day we need to stop, fly fishing. And that's true with a lot of things, but you can truly enjoy it for many, many years. And that's the reason to maybe consider it, is you can get out and enjoy nature for, as long as you're able to. All right, so the next reason that I think you should consider fly fishing, or a reason a lot of us like it, is you get to meet some really cool people. So relationships. You get to meet people out on the water, you get to experience it with, you can share it with your friends and your family and have some really special memories. And I think, as much as we love fly fishing or being in the outdoors, we love time spent with friends and family and the memories we get being outside much, much more. So that adds a whole new dynamic, and a whole other dynamic that makes it even more special when you're able to share it with other people. And then the other thing is, like, you meet some really cool people out there. I remember I used to think that when I didn't know what I was, when I was learning, didn't know what I was doing, I thought, people would look down on me or judge me if I didn't know stuff. And honestly, like, when you meet people on the stream, most of the time they're just as stoked about fly fishing as you are, and they just really love to talk about it. You meet some really cool people who are willing to share some cool information and help you grow as an angler, and it's just a cool community. And it's one that, like, you can take that for granted, or you can look at it and kind of be intimidated from the outside looking in, but it is so not like that. It is a very welcoming community. We're all out there learning, and again, we're learning for many, many years to come. The day we stop learning is the day we need to stop fly fishing. So there's so much to learn. It's such an open community that, everybody just really loves talking about fly fishing. So there's no reason to kind of let that keep you from doing it. All right, so that was 5 points, but I'm gonna sneak you a bonus one in here. So I'm gonna give you a 6th one, and this one's kind of near and dear to my heart, because this one involves kind of my story. So, like I said early on in the video, I put off learning to fly fish. I had some opportunities before I started, but I put it off because I was intimidated by it. I let the sport intimidate me. I thought you had to know a lot about entomology and the different tackle, and it overwhelmed me, honestly. And I feel like there's probably a lot of people out there that feel the same way, that maybe won't dip their toe into trying to learn to fly fish just because of the intimidation factor. And I just want to say that is so far from the truth. You can enjoy fly fishing very early on with not a lot of knowledge. So if you're anything like I was, don't let it be that way. Get out there and try it for yourself. You can start to have success and enjoy time on the water, enjoy a lot of things I talked about very early on. And again, it can be a lifelong sport, so you have a lot of years to pick up on learning as much as you want to. But that does not mean you have to know a ton to get out there and have a good time and appreciate time in nature and on the water. So if nothing else, I hope that this channel makes you want to get out and do some of this. I think that's the main point of my channel is, I hope people see videos and get out and they're like, you know what, I want to get out and go do some of that. And if this channel does that, then it's been a success. So with that said, I hope you guys find time to get out in the water this next year, time in the outdoors, and we'll catch you on the next one.